Go to start streaming. I can't help but feel like there was something else I was supposed to do before I was going to stream today. I feel like there was something I was going to look into that I'm totally blanking on. Wow, I gotta do my world quest today. Ugh, I'm so behind. I think I can go do a pet battle world quest real quick. No one will care. Alliance is big gay. I mean, if you say so. Oh boy, oh boy. Ooh, that's a free quest turn-in. Since I don't really have any plans on selling my mats anytime soon. They say what? Warfront, it's like BG? That's a good way to describe it. It's like a battleground if there was no other enemy players. Yeah. We are all big gay. Grats. Why, thank you. How did you know I hit 160,000 subscribers today, I think? Maybe it was yesterday. It is a huge milestone worth celebrating. One of these days I'll be one of the big boys with 165,000 subscribers. But I don't want to be too optimistic just yet. For the Horde. Yes, yes. There it is. You know, I was wondering. My chest piece. I wonder if I can reforge it to have a better passive trait. What are the other ones I can take? Yeah, that does seem pretty good. Like, I like the mana gain from this one, but I don't know if it's that significant. I'll have to look that up if I remember. Because I was watching the guys from Method Raid, and their Disc Priest had the exact same Azurite piece as I did. But their chest piece had the other heal on it instead of the mana back. I was like, maybe the mana talent isn't that good, but at the same time, I don't know. I have to look into it. How are Warfronts? They're fun. You know, despite the constant complaining from the community about them, I like them. You just hit 120? Yeah, like a month ago. All this time I thought you weren't talking. I mean, I did make sure to test my mic to see if it was working. So I'm pretty sure you just had it muted or something. How much do you have to pay to play WoW? Good question. I think 60 bucks. Unless they increase the price of the expansion. Because all you have to do is just buy Battle for Azeroth and you're set. You don't have to buy the past expansions anymore. Is cursing allowed? I don't think cursing is that loud. Barons Warfront. Is there going to be a Barons Warfront? Finally something to settle the Southern Barons debacle? For the gay line. Oh, it just says Alliance. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Please don't hurt me. You can reforge to change the effects on the Azurite gear. Yep, it's right next to the transmog dude in your capital city. Beer, what do you think? What do you think of Desire Allure versus Borealis? I think Borealis is way more convenient. From what I've heard, it is. But then again, the Zandalari city looks cooler. And looks have to account for something, don't they? If not everything. Victory for the Alliance, death for the Horde. Okay. I've heard some trash talk about BFA. Is it worth buying? Yep. There's this huge thing going on with Battle for Azeroth where people are making really big deals about minor problems. That's where most of the trash talk is coming from. We all think Ally is gay, but you do pet battles. I mean, your argument right there is insinuating that pet battles are inherently worse than playing Alliance, which I just don't agree with. Because, I mean, why would you play the game if you don't pet battle? Honestly, that doesn't make sense to me. More like Hiruma gay. Ha ha ha. BFA is 45 euros. How much is that in American dollars? Alright, I'm gonna go do a Warfront now. I just wanted to get 2 of the easy ones done. There's gonna be Silvermoon, Barons, and some other Barons because this GM checked in Games Command and it showed all the Warfronts. Oh, right, I haven't watched that video yet. What is this? Kolkarazan slain? There's a world quest right next to me? I gotta go do this real quick. Oh, I'm being stunned. There we go. I am Bulgarian, idiot. Who's Bulgarian? BFA is $50 in the US. Oh, that's not as bad as I thought. That's $10 cheaper than I said. Wow, here, I didn't know you were that old. Yeah, I'm 15. I can still remember when I was 14 years old. Man, those good old days. But we all have to grow up someday, I guess. You don't play vanilla, noob. There's this funny thing where I get lots of comments on my videos about vanilla WoW stuff from people who've obviously play on private servers. Oh, I'm sorry, illegal servers. And they always talk as if they played vanilla themselves, when in actuality they just played on an illegal server. And I always think, you know, that's funny. I mean, sure, you have lots of valid information, but also a lot of your assumptions are just incorrect. Because there's also the thing that vanilla WoW happened in a different time in the internet, where people didn't look up stuff as much as they do today, and where information wasn't as readily shared. And in a time before YouTube tutorials. And also just the average power level of players back then was low. You know, I ran to this ship by mistake. I meant to go run to the Warfront. Whoa, I thought I saw something over here. Title says you're 120, clickbait, level 11. I am 120. I hit 120 like a month ago. High Elves had a few years of mana-addicted addiction to thousands. They are identical. The term Blood Elves is a metaphorical name. It's not like they use blood magic. Yes, that is true. Did someone ask about that? Oh, there's only one more day left to do them. Oh! Boy, Warfront sure look useful if only Blizz didn't give all the Horde favoritism. You know what? Maybe you should just play Horde. Maybe that's a you problem, not a Blizzard problem. Did you ever think of that? Warfronts are lames, it's boring, so there's no challenge, you can't lose them. Yeah, I think Warfronts are pretty fun too. Now mate, you'll never get high elves, they are carbon copies. I mean, I wouldn't say never. People want them enough, you know, why would Blizzard throw away perfectly good money potential? Hero, it's a joke. I was saying you were 120 years old because the title says you're 120, but you don't say level. I know, it's hilarious. I mean, I got the joke. I was also just making a joke in retaliation. I just give it with a very dry delivery. Nightborn are basically Nelves. Nightborn are like what Night Elves would be if they were cool and not lame. So yeah, I kind of agree. There's joy in victory. Wasn't Eitrig the one who was saved by Tyrion? Da Take e Crisco e Murativ. Vulpyrus should get gassed. I agree. Vulpyrus should be the next allied race. That'd be fun. I'd probably play one if they had good racials. Y'all think Darnassus and Siramar are the same city? What are y'all smoking? You see, Siramar is a cool place. That's very immersive and gigantic, and Darnassus is a burned tree. It's not really a comparison. I mean, honestly, if I get blue blood elves instead of actual unique races, I'm going to feel ripped off. Well, I mean, what do you think void elves are? I'm changing all of my classes to Vulpera. Me too. If Vulpera be made a playable race, I'm going to change all of my classes to Vulpera. And you can quote me on that, so I can deny it later. Because I won't actually do it. Tattoos so you can cover them with your gear. I mean, before I was burned silly. What? I need to get my dudes to help me. You know, I think the only people saying Warfronts are boring are Alliance people who haven't been able to do them yet. So I can kind of see that. Dude, they are smocking Darnassus. Nightborn are basically Highborn, but with a significantly different culture. Yeah, Nightborn are better. They never had them in lore. Belves do, though, in the RPG books, which is sad to distance them from High Elves, so it's stupid to say give High Elves tattoos to make them different. I mean, visually in game, High Elves do look different from Blood Elves. They have, like, lighter skin, I think, or something. But, like, in the lore, they look identical. But even then, I mean, I guess Blood Elves do have an option for lighter skin as well, so that's not really a big difference. Especially since Blood Elves can change their eye color now. That was, like, the biggest thing. Whoever plays ally races is noob. Well, I mean, obviously. I'm hoping for Tortolans. I'd switch a few tunes to them. You know, I was making a new D&D character this week, and I really wanted to play a Stormborn Cleric. I think that's what it's called. It's like a lightning mage. And I was looking into races, and one of them was like a turtle race. And I was seriously considering making the turtle race my new character, like for the sole purpose that they had a baseline armor class of 17, which is like higher than any class I've played before. Granted, I've never actually played a tanky class, so seeing like a baseline 17 armor class, I was like, whoa, that's so good. I would totally play this just to have such a high baseline armor. And then they also had a special racial ability where they could recall into their shell to gain an additional 4 armor class, which is, I was like, whoa, you could have a 21 AC. No one would be able to hit you unless they like rolled a crit. That's awesome. And then I eventually went with a Furbolg, because it just had better racials. And it turns out with all the equipment I had on my starting character, I ended up with an 18 AC anyway. So it didn't really matter. But man, was I seriously considering the turtle race just because of their baseline of 17 AC. I was like, wow, that's so good. I know that race 17 is really good, but you can't wear any armor. I know, you can't, but the thing is, like, I've never played a class that had such a high armor class before, even with armor before. Like, previously. So 17 was huge to me. But then I eventually ended up with a Furbolg that had 18 AC with its starting equipment. I was like, oh, never mind. I'm glad I didn't go for the turtle race then. You only share animations with Nels and nothing is unique. What's not unique? Go purge yourself. Solid advice. Seriously, do it. Oh no. They only share same model and animations. How many people can queue up for a Warfront at once? I'd assume it'd be like 5 or something. Look at these people fighting over here. Not me though, I'm still gathering resources. How do you get those wings? It's the helmet I have. Whenever I jump, the wings sprout out. It's like a hidden transmog thing for the helmet. It's cool. Yeah, Max Q is a party. Thought so. You're welcome, everyone. Now time to get my bodyguards and go help out the war effort after I spend the rest of my resources. Wait, where's the dude at? Here he is. And this is how AV used to be. You turn in stuff to upgrade your characters, except the interface is better than having to turn in a quest over and over. Wings are from the Warlock tier helmet. Is that what it is? Is it a tier? I don't think the one I have is a Warlock tier helmet. It's just a normal helmet. I actually have 2 different helmets. Here, let me show you. See, this one right here, the Blackened Mask of Disgrace, also does it. But I have the Black and Max of Disgrace purple version because it matches my gear slightly better. But both of these give you the wings when you jump. It's like a hidden benefit of the transmog. I think it's cool. From Sunwell or Tomb of Sargeras. You can get them from the Sunwell too? I should probably run the Sunwell then. Your gear looks straight out of 2005. Why, thank you. That is what I was going for. They are not unique. They're idle poses. What are you guys arguing about? Yeah, the wings come from the Malefic set. They're different bottles. Nightborn are similar. Hypothetical. Hero, if you were gay, hypothetical, who would you fancy, hypothetical? I'm not gay. I've checked. Shit, I'm dead. Your Yu-Gi-Oh videos have been awesome. Heck yeah. Good question. You hit 120 with your first character? Yep, like a month ago. Which is still pretty recently, I guess. Ooh, you've checked y'all. Must he done something then? This is not Grinder Bear, dude. What? What are you guys talking about? Are you calling me gay again? It's not a stream without someone calling me gay. As is tradition. Is there a way to like completely silent your phone? Like when I put on silence, it just vibrates instead, which is still kind of loud. Whew. How do you find a guild that loves me? Who knows? Have you tried playing the Buster Blader engine by chance? And if you have, what are your thoughts? Have I tried the Buster Blader engine? Can it be considered an engine? Unless there's some kind of Buster Blader engine I'm not aware of. I know there's a Buster Blader deck where you can like use needle fiber to lock down your opponent. Yeah, I play that, but that's not an engine. Unless you're just using engine as a synonymous with, you know, a deck. You can, or I'm just not familiar with the Buster Blader engine you're speaking of. iPhone you can, I don't know how to do it though. I press buttons and it just puts it on vibrate. Who are you gonna call? What? Oh my god, my shields are weak. Why do people still think disc brakes is all about bubbles? No matter how much I explain it to people. It's like, oh, disc brakes are only good because your bubbles can't overheal. I was like, oh my god. Bubbles are such an insignificant part of a disc priest healing. It's all about atonement, and atonement overheals all the time. No one can beat me when it comes to overhealing. But nope, it's always disc priests or bubbles. And it's like, it's been 2 expansions since they've been all about bubbles. Just because they've been all about bubbles for a majority of their time as being a healing class doesn't mean that's how they work now. Oops, I almost wasted my stuff. Swipe down from the top and put on Do Not Disturb. Is that how you do it? I'll have to remember that. It's not like I get a lot of messages anyway. No one talks to me. I don't have any friends. I need to get at least 100 iron. Hey hero. Oh look, it's Mokomis. Now that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Dragons suck. I love dragons. He's gay because he plays Blood Elves, and let's be honest, that's kind of gay. I play a female Blood Elf. There's nothing gay about that, of course. If anything, if you play a male Blood Elf, you're even more gay. The big gay. You know, not that there's anything wrong with being the big gay. As priest, a 3rd class citizen, because I main a shadow priest and I feel discriminated against. You see, I main a disc priest, and my heals are very good. When we were doing the Cathraxi boss in Uldir yesterday, I was like 10% above all the other healers, which is a pretty big margin because that fight very heavily favors my overheal all the time mechanic of atonement. So good. I don't play DPS classes. I don't really care how Shadow's doing. I hear it's middle of the pack though. It's not that bad. Oops, what am I doing? I meant to come over here, not participate in a fight. But it's still gay as long as it's Belf. I mean, that's just like your opinion, dude. I'm not gay because I play an orc warrior. I'm gay because I fantasize about ravaging him behind a crate. See, this guy gets it. At least a priest is considered a citizen of 3rd class. Try playing a panda. Nobody plays pandas. Those are a myth. Like a good shaman. You. This is what I spend my resources on. Neckbeard, kitty rapers. I feel special. He was talking about my comment. Well, fine then. I guess Shadow Priests are 3rd class citizens coming from you. Yeah, but like, who cares about Shadow? It's all about disc. If you're playing a priest and you're not playing disc, you're doing something wrong. Let's go, my comrades. Time to retreat. 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 Uh-oh, this dude is taking heavy damage from this commander. Ugh, let me target him. Holy shit, that's a lot of mines. My Kodo, no, I don't want to lose it. Stop attacking me. Shit, 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 shit. He's almost dead. Don't reset him, don't reset him. Keep him over here. Oh, oh, did we kill it? Nice, that's actually a pretty early kill of that dude. Yay, we can push. It says we gotta fight 3 unique commanders. Who? Who plays Shadow when there's Warlocks who get way more interesting mechanics? I'd play Shadow over Warlock any day. Those Warlocks are lame. Nobody even likes Warlocks, they just kind of play them because they were forced to. Warfront, something that nobody will play in 6 months' time. Yay, Blizzard! I mean, that's not a really good argument about anything. I can enjoy the hell out of a brand new game and finish it in less than 6 months, no problem. Hell, if something can last 6 months, that's a pretty big accomplishment. Can I attack these towers too? Oh, I've never done this before. Save the Kodo, initiate. All about the Warlock. Warlock, nobody plays Warlocks. Nobody willingly plays Warlocks. You guys are welcome. I was the one who broke the siege for you with my Kodo. I'm gonna go get another Kodo. Kodos are OP. I'll let someone else get an elemental. Actually, maybe I'll just go get an elemental. I should have enough for one of those by the time I get back to the base. I could probably also just use my Flight Master's whistle to get there instantly, huh? Hey, you talking shit about my Warlock? Ah, shit. I forgot Rachel was there. Not all Warlocks are bad, just a vast majority of them are terrible. Oof, saved that one like a pro. You main a Destro lock? I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. Finger Wingles. Is it normal when you log into WoW and get warnings of using too many add-ons? No. How many add-ons are you using where you get a warning like that? Arcane Mage for the win. You playing Arcane Mage? I'm sorry. It must be lonely. Not being invited to raids and all. Let's go, my elemental. I paid a lot of resources to summon you. You'd better perform amazingly. Oh, come on. How can it take you that long to kill one little elemental? I might be regretting my decision. Meanwhile, Alliance still waiting for slow horde retards. Hey, there's a very easy fix to this. Play the correct faction. And you'd be able to do Warfronts right now. But I guess that's what happens when you pick the wrong faction. I'm sorry, the other one. I don't mean to be mean about this. And I can see how some people might misconstrue my words to be anti-alliance. I need to protect my elemental. He's my baby. Oh hey, it's your rumor Red X. Hey look, it's Captain Grimm. Man, these Warfronts are fun, aren't they, Captain Grimm? Oh, wait. Is it possible to get the 5th research talent yet to increase gathering in Warfronts or increase damage in Warfronts? I don't know. How do you get those? Ah! My elemental! I need to go save him! He's gonna go run to his death. Ooh, the gate's almost broken. Maybe he can make it. Oh, the gates fell. God damn it, why'd you despawn now, you piece of garbage? Ugh. Did I just waste all of my resources on that elemental? I'm sad. What do you think of BFA? It's a lot of fun. I'm loving it so far. Five DBM Raider, tidy plates, detail auctions. I suppose my PC is just garbage. You only have 5 and they're telling you that? Yeah, your PC probably just sucks. Or one of your add-ons is like buggy. It'll sometimes say that if you have an add-on that's like out of date and causing problems. Alright everyone, get down into Trollbane. Looking for group Lubbers. Is that lower Blackrock Spire? No, upper Blackrock Spire. Well, I'm gonna die. Oh, I lived. I lived. Thank you, whoever saved me. At least the Alliance doesn't burn down trees and make the tree hungers angry. What do you mean at least? You're saying that like that's a selling point. You said Alliance does burn down trees. I'd be like, you know what? Maybe they're not half bad. Is there any hope for more episodes of Ironman with Hellscream and Bukakio? No. No, those didn't do very well. Bukakio already barely makes videos as is. I doubt he'd waste time on a video that doesn't do well. Ooh, a one-handed. You know, I did get a really good offhand in Raid last night. I might actually use this. I just remembered I don't have an enchant on my weapon. Oops. Oopsie. Oopsies. Does this give me a slightly higher item level? 346? Sure does. Oh, but I lose a socket. Ugh. Well, whatever. Sup with the Kodo? What add-on are you using for the health bar above the enemy's head? I forgot. LVI? LVUI or something like that? LVUI? LVUI? UI? Here, let me set up a group. Dungeons and raids, pre-made groups. We'll have a custom, start a group. This will be Hermit Extreme Warfronts. Oh, of course, Horde only. That's need to be at least 320 eye level. Oh, I should probably set that. Edit. Minimum eye level 320. It's 320, right? Yeah. Okay. Time to enchant my weapon. Since it looks like I forgot to do that last time. Which enchant should I use? Kakyo has a new PC and even a Blood Moon every day in Nazmir. Kakyo with the new PC isn't going to increase his video productivity. Just rewatch Angel Beats, the feels came back. My first and previously only watched anime was 6 years ago. Angel Beats is one of the saddest animes ever made. Of course it's going to make you sad if you watch it again. Angel Beats was made to be sad. What do you call your following? Fans? Is this your main? Yep. Burn the furries. Oh, I haven't played official Blizz server since mid-Draenor. So you mean you play on illegal servers then? He calls us the Haruma Red X. No, I don't. I call you guys fans. I always think having custom names for your fans is kind of cringy. So I was thinking about calling them the Ugandan Knuckles Army. You know, cringy isn't exactly a bad thing. What's up, my Ugandan Knuckles Army? Dab, put in Pickle Rick Dabs. What's your one tip for playing Disc Priests? Disc Priests are complicated to play. You need a lot of practice. I don't think there is really a quick way to explain how to play a Disc Priest. They're by far the most complicated healer to play. Fans is boring and YouTube is cringy. I know, I mean, that's what I was saying. Cringy isn't exactly a complete deterrent. It's not 100% never going to be done because it's cringy. I'm going to turn on the method stream real quick and creep on this guy's gear to see what he has enchanted. Ugh. It won't let me see his enchants. Just which gear he has. Damn it. I'll just go with the haste one, I guess. Crit, mastery. This is the haste one, right? Yeah. What do the other ones do? Increase your armor, versatility. Those are garbage. To put a short heal over time on the target. I wonder if that heal is any good. Sometimes increase your attack speed, permanently increases leech, sometimes increases elemental spell damage. Yeah, I guess this is probably the best. What the hell? Open up my character panel. Oh. It was opening up. Let's double check, because this is an expensive enchant. Okay, I think that I'm good. Okay, double check my other gear. What can you enchant? Is it just rings and your weapon now? Ring, wrist. Do I have a wrist enchant? Yeah. That's it. Ugh. I hate how restrictive they are with enchants. I really wish they would increase them. Okay, looks like no one else wants to join. I'll leave it up for like another minute or two, and then I'm gonna queue up. I don't really care if other people join or not. Ooh, my eye level went up by 1 point, thanks to that Warfront. Now all I need is a cloak, or like a Warforged something else, and I'll be good to go. Vaydoc pokes you. Hey. Vaydoc. That name sounds familiar. Is Vaydoc from the guild? Vaydoc the Insane. Yep, he's from my guild. The name sounds familiar though, but I can't place it. Where's my guild at? How do you look at your roster? Inactive. Oh, it's Grim. I knew it looked familiar. Grim. He's in my D&D group. What do you think? Do you have pets? Yes. What do you think about Method not having a legit race due to not having rivals at the moment? It's great because it means they can stream it. And their streams are doing very well right now. You, please fix your transmog. My transmog is fine. Why are you guys so mean to me? You know, it's been a while since I've had a one-handed mace. A one-handed anything. Do I have challenge mode maces? You know, those really cool looking ones? If I do, I don't know what it's called. Is this it? I think this one spits out fire. I like the challenge mode maces from WoD because they have really cool effects on them. Whoa, that's cool looking. Wow, I think this is the challenge mode mace. It doesn't look that great though. I mean, this one looks fine. What about my offhand? Yeah, this is the challenge mode one, I think. All good to go. Come on, give me a cloak. Aw, shoot, so I can't join. When will you upload a new video? Ugh. I am so behind on my video. Because, like, I started working on a top 10 last week. And I got really behind because I did not plan my time accordingly for the new raids. And it turns out I get a lot of my work done on like Wednesdays and Thursday nights when we raid. So there was no way I was going to be able to finish it in time because it's a pretty long video. With lots of edits that aren't easy to get. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to prolong it till next week. So I've been working on it a little bit at a time this week. But things just kept happening and I kept putting it off. And now it's Friday and I'm only barely halfway done with the video. I'm like, shit. I have to finish everything. I can... Ugh. I'm gonna have to finish it after this is over. I think I have a little bit more than half of it done. Saying that isn't correct. I have like 75% of it done. I just have to do the last 25%. But since it's such a big video, well, it's 15 minutes long. That's not as big. But since it requires so many high time edits to the videos that take a lot of time to do, I'm gonna probably work until night today to finish it for tomorrow. But luckily, I should say, my artist finished the drawings for the next Villains Corner yesterday as well. So once I finish this top 10, I can just put the Villains Corner video together, since the drawings is what takes the longest. And I have my video for next week done. So I can start working on another big one. Ooh, which is going to be a really nice buffer. To die in battle is glorious. Whoa, did someone fall quickly? Mate, your top 10 videos have destroyed any hope of me finishing my university reading. Hey, there's a lot of them. I know I have like over 50 top 10s on the channel. My goal is to have over 100 though. And to remake some of my older ones that suck. Because I think every video that was made before 2017 is garbage. Because that's when I finally decided to take audio editing seriously. Which is when I started editing out breaths and actually doing retakes when I mess up words. I would only do it sometimes. It's not like I never did any editing. It's just, I kind of just left the annoying shit in because I didn't care. I see dragons in my dreams. Yeah, Rachel, the one in chat named Rachel, she's the one who does the drawings for Villain's Corner. She's been working on this last one for like a month and a half. Just because of how complicated a lot of the drawings were. It's not a particularly long video. It's just some of the shots required very detailed dragons. Honestly, if we just went with like sketches instead of like semi-finished drawings, it would have been done like over a month ago. But instead, we made a mistake and put out high quality images for the first one, and you can't just regress on quality like that. Woo, top 10s, Malagos. Ah, you guessed it. It was supposed to be a secret. Month and a half. What? I can show you guys the drawings. Then you guys can see why it took so long. Worth it, to be honest. Rachel, your drawings are awesome. Yeah, I always get so many questions about Villain's Corners. Despite it not being a super successful series, it is successful enough where it's worth taking the loss, paying for them. Because people like them. It is definitely like my most liked series, vocally. Even if the average top 10 video does better and has a higher cost-benefit analysis ratio to it. But it wouldn't look as good as sketches. It would look... But if it was sketches, people would still... It would still be higher quality than any other lore videos that go out. That's not true. Lost Codex is some really high quality stuff. And to say that Villain's Corner is more high quality isn't entirely a fair argument to make because they're so fundamentally different. Just because one of them is all drawings and the other is high class machinima work. Shut your whore mouth. They're successful and the Ironmans were enjoyable. I guess success can be measured in different ways when it comes to monetary value. They don't do half bad. It's nowhere near as bad as like the news channel. Like when I had to move all of my news videos over to a different channel because they were doing too bad on the main channel. The comparison I made to give an example of how badly they were doing were all 50 of the news videos made less than half than one top 10 video. Same comparison cannot be made for Villain's Corners. They don't do half bad. It's just they don't do super well like top 10s do. But then again, nothing does. And the Villain's Corners are really good for legacy views since they'll always be relevant. So it's a nice investment for down the road. Because every time a new Villain's Corner comes out, people watch all the other ones. If anything, the best way to make it more successful would just to be release more of them. Its biggest like downside right now is that there's so few of them, and that they take too long to make. And not really anything about the videos themselves, to be honest. Did you try White Mane and Hots? I I bought her, but I didn't actually play a real game with her. I just did like a bot match. I don't have time to play HOTS anymore. I don't have time to do anything. I don't even have time to do World Quest. I do like all that on the weekends. Because I take the weekends off, so that's the only time I can actually catch up on things. And I barely catch up on my WoW stuff. Because, you know, the new expansion came out and there's so much to do. Yay, I can get grunts. I do want to try Whitemane though, because she's basically a Dispriest. Come on, give me my grunts. Yay. The top 10 does its magic. Heck yeah, I started doing top 10s on my Yu-Gi-Oh channel too. And they have been doing so well that I literally make enough. Like if my WoW channel imploded and died, I'd still be able to do WoW YouTube full time because of how well my Yu-Gi-Oh top 10s are doing. And those ones take like no time at all to make. I spend maybe an hour or two writing the script and then another 2 hours setting up the video for my editor. So it's like 4 hours of work for one video that is guaranteed to do well. That's pretty good. I mean, 4 hours is like a maximum estimate too. I can sometimes set up a whole video in 2 hours, which is just insane because that is not possible at all for a WoW video. They require too much research. I can't spend my resources on anything. What the hell? I just want to give them my resources, but they're capped out on iron. This is bullshit. Should do a villain's corner on Thrall and why he has been leading the Horde into a false sense of peace and hope. No villain's corners on good guys. That's why there won't be one on Sylvanas. When I played HOTS with Hero, one of the people that actually showed up to the pet battle tournaments like half a year ago. Man, those pet battle tournaments were fun. I didn't know he gave you a transmog. That's pretty neat. Wait, but you're a YouTuber. Ooh, I get it. What? Sometimes people don't realize how time-consuming YouTube actually is. Yeah, you guys... Videos take a long time to make. And there's also a lot of things that go on with running a channel outside of just editing videos. Ooh, I can finally contribute my iron! Oh! You guys are welcome. I almost single-handedly made this for you guys. Alright, now let's go contribute in some battles. What's your Yu-Gi-Oh channel name? It's called the Dual Logs. If you watch any of the videos or recognize my voice. Because I speak in all of them. People keep opening iron boxes, do the trick. Is there anything there's so much to do in this expansion? Is that a jab or not? I work 50 hours a week and I find this expansion to be great. Wait, what? Yo, anything? There's so much to do. Yeah, there's a lot to do. People are just complaining. Like, I got into an argument with someone on Reddit the other day. Because it was another, like, circle jerk, wow, this expansion is the worst. Because someone made a comment on there. A post. Saying that BFA was in beta for less time than Legion. And a lot of the comments were like, man, I wish they had left it in beta longer to fix all of the bugs, you know, than releasing it in this state. And I made a comment saying, I don't agree with that. I'd much rather have small bugs that they hotfix in a day than have to wait another year-long expansion drought. I actually prefer this method. I don't really mind the small bugs that they fix quickly. And then I got a lot of people arguing with me, and one of them, he did the typical internet argument where he makes a whole bunch of minor points to make his argument seem more valid. And one of the things he was making was like, there's not enough to do at max level. And that argument just kind of went nowhere. He just wanted to justify his rage at the expansion. And no matter, every time I brought up a good point, he would just ignore it and bring up something else. And I was like, why do I even bother? This is why I don't reply to hate comments anymore. For exactly this reason. Here doesn't know anything about running a YouTube channel. Just luck. Yeah, just luck that I have 2 successful channels. Yeah, I obviously don't know anything. If anything, I know exactly what I'm doing. So with the time you put into YouTube managing 3 or 4 channels on top of editors and artists, how do you find the time to go outside or see people? You see, that was part of the reason why I suffered, you know, an anxiety breakdown. A physical one, not mentally. I always have to, like, make that distinction. Because when you mention anxiety, most people will think, you know, social anxiety. I don't have that. I have it like in the traditional sense, where my body is just constantly stressed. And it was because I was overworking myself. So I had to manage that because my body was like shutting down from all of the overwork and stress. And the way I do that is I just don't really stress, you know, getting a video out for the week anymore. I take lots of breaks while I'm on a long work section. I don't just sit there and edit for like 8 hours straight anymore. I'll take like a break every hour. I'll sometimes take a long break if I'm going too long. And I also always take the weekends off now. I used to work 24/7. I never took a day off. But now I take 2 days off every week. And that honestly was probably the biggest change that helped. And on top of that, I started going to the gym so that I'd get out of the house. Because it'd be really easy to go a couple of weeks without ever leaving the house in order, unless it was to go out to get groceries. So having a habit of going to the gym every day was just a really good way to both, you know, take care of my health and get an excuse to go outside. Because technically I could afford just to buy exercise equipment, because I have an exercise room. Like, it has, you know, a bench press and like mats on the floor for weights, and a treadmill. I could just put like a TV in there or something, and it is literally a workout room. I could have just bought, you know, more equipment for that. But I specifically spent money on a gym membership just so I'd have an excuse to go outside. And that's how I take care of my health, despite all of the mass amounts of work that goes into, you know, running everything I do. My health is a priority. I'm fine with, you know, putting YouTube stuff off. Because it's doing well enough already. I don't need to be perfect. How much do you bench? My chest and shoulder are messed up, so I can't bench press anymore. But back when I was in high school and I was still a football player, my max bench press was 300, which was not half bad. Shit, an exercise room sounds so cool. Yeah, an exercise room that I never use because I go to the gym. Like, I could have easily have just bought like the equipment I needed in there, and it would have saved me money in the long run because gym memberships aren't cheap. But I need an excuse to go outside. I need to get out of the house. It's just good for my body. Because it's not healthy to stay in one room all day. Okay, I'm going to go to the elements and help them out. Oh, hey guys, hope you're all fine. Hey, Leela. I feel it for anxiety. I had 4 big bills due in the span of 2 days, and relieved the stress, I shaved my beard into a handlebar mustache. Worked wonders. What? By the way, were you familiar with Haven Games channel? You two have a lot of good videos. Haven Games? Yeah, I've talked to him a couple times back when he was still alive. And I recently used footage of one of his videos in one of my channels. Like the very last video I made, when I talked about the Emerald Dream segment, I straight up used Haven Games footage. I also gave him credit in the video itself while I was showing the footage, and like the first thing in the comments, I mean in the video description. You know, not to say that I hate using other people's footage, but I just didn't have any footage for Emerald Dream, and he had such wonderful footage. And he didn't mind me using his footage back when he was alive. You know, because I'm very generous about giving credit. If I use someone else's footage, I'll like plaster their name in the middle of the screen. But I didn't want to make people sad, so I didn't actually include the channel name, just the name of the video. And a link to the video in the video description. And also at the end of the video too. As much credit as I could possibly give. Oof, yeah, poor Haven. I'm still sad about that. Like, the last videos he was working on were the vanilla quest chains for the Warlock and Paladin mounts. And because he was working on those, I'll never make videos on them. You know, despite the fact that I plan on making a lot of vanilla WoW videos about class quest chains, just like the Water Totem or the Druid Seal Form quest. I actually cried when I found out. It was sad. Nice. YouTube needs more people who actually does some work in their videos. Right. How many times is he gonna say back when he was alive? What? How else am I supposed to say it? I think that's a pretty PC friendly term of saying it. Unless you can think of something better. I mean, if you do, I'll use that instead. What a bro. I like how you can just DPS these towers. I didn't know you could do that. Is this my buddy? Are you okay? Do you need heals? Can I heal these things? Because I know in the Wither training scenario, you literally cannot, like, heal them. So I never actually tried healing these guys before. Is this mine as well? No, I don't think it is. I don't give a shit if other people's minions die. Just as long as mine make it out. Things, they're trolls. Hey, I'm not judging. Ooh. Otherwise it would have been overpowered. Oh my god. I hope I get my back piece. Then I'll have almost all of my pieces of gear. Almost all of my, whatchamacallit, all epics. Is YouTube your main job, or do you have a regular job as well? Yeah, YouTube is definitely my main job. I wonder if I can go get a Kodo real quick. I do love me some kudos. Have you experimented with getting rid of floating combat text? It's nice to declutter your screen so you can avoid bad puddles. I do have floating combat text disabled. And instead I have an add-on that puts it somewhere better. Ooh, I almost wasted him. I forgot I was trying to go get a Kudo. So this is a Warfront. Maybe someday Alliance will get to do it. Hey, you can do it now if you're playing the right faction The correct faction. The best faction. Nice name here. What name? Saw your anime list. Good taste, my man. Why, thank you. I need to update it. I think it's 2 years out of date now. I've watched many more animes since I last made changes to it. There's a couple of more 10 out of 10s I need to add. The character name? Haruma Gold? That's a first. Kung Ardun. What? Is this gate not down yet? What are you guys doing? Are you not healing these things? Ooh, I can repair the Demolisher on my Kodo. I haven't updated mine in 5 years. I'm scared to update it. And I'm trying to think, like, what new anime has come out that's a 10 out of 10? I can't think of any off the top of my head. Maybe Hina Matsuru? Oh, or Grand Blue? Grand Blue, definitely. Nothing's better than Grand Blue. If you're not watching Grand Blue this season, you should probably remedy that by watching Grand Blue. Found your channel like a week ago or so. I already watched like half your videos. You see, I designed my channel exactly for people like you. People who discover the channel and they can go back and binge watch everything. I've been designing my videos to be binge watchable since day one. Day like 100 or something. I don't think I started doing that until... No, honestly, probably from day one. My first videos are pretty well optimized for binge watching too, even if they're garbage. Commented. Grand Blue is great. Hell yeah, it is. The Grand Blue manga is like the funniest thing I've ever read. And I read a ton of mangas, and comedy is my favorite genre. So that's saying something. And the anime isn't as good as the manga, I'll have to admit. But still, even something that's only slightly worse than its manga version is still incredibly good, considering the very high praise I give it. I love me some Grand Blue. It's the best show ever. Low-key binge watch your videos, just rewatched all of the History of series. Man. I had so many plans on making more of those. So, like, I have an editor who makes my Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10 videos for me. That's how I'm able to make a new video for that every week. Otherwise, that would take me way too long, and there's no way I'd be able to realistically keep up with it. But the editor I have for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos, I originally hired him to make history videos, you know, the History of series. And I had him trained on how to make the History of series, and then for some reason I decided to make Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10s. I just thought, you know, hey, WoW Top 10s do well. Why don't I try Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10s? So I put one together, I put a ton of time and effort into it, and it didn't do very well. But that's because the topic itself wasn't very catchy. It wasn't a very marketable title. So I tried again. I was like, this time I'm going to use a much more catchier title. A video that I know will actually do well because it's something people will want to watch. Instead of the other one I made, which was kind of niche. Because not all top 10s are created equally. When I say top 10s do well, I really mean, you know, good topic top 10s. But it's kind of easy to come up with a good topic. It's just, you can't just make, you know, like my personal top 10 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's not gonna do well. But you know, top 10 Yu-Gi-Oh cards that were banned for being too good. Ooh, that's an interesting topic to watch. So I did one of those, and I severely limited my editing on it. And it did very well, and it was like, it quickly became the most popular video on that channel. And since it was so easy to edit, I basically just told the editor, he's like, I know you don't actually play Yu-Gi-Oh, but I can set it up in a way so that you don't actually need to know anything about the game to edit this video. And it was actually like 100 times easier to edit than a history of video. And all of those have been doing so well. We've just kind of been sticking to that. So the editor I originally had for History of series is now working on my Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10s because they're easier to do and they make more money. And like the easier to do part is, I wouldn't say they make more money. They probably make about as much as the History of series because it does very well as well. History of series by no means is a failed series. It's more of the fact that they're way easier to make, like for me and the editor. Because I can put one together in 4 hours, like at the most. If it's a fast one, I can put it together in 2 hours. But a history of video, that is insane. That one takes at least 4 hours of research just to make sure I get everything correct. And then another hour to actually put the research into a workable video, and then I have to set it up. It's just so much more brain power. So much harder to make. And the actual editing too takes like 2 times, maybe even 3 times as long. Which is a shame, because I do like those history of videos. Your shit is fire. Who doesn't love a good binge session? Hell yeah, whenever I find a new channel I like, I binge watch all their videos. I remember when I found like Brutal Moose for the first time. That was a fun week binge watching all of his videos. Speaking of old videos, remember that video I did on Old Gods I got nearly retconned with Chronicles? Yep. Funny thing about that video, my video on the like lore of the Old Gods, it was the most views I've gotten on a video with also the least amount of dislikes. Like for the longest time, I think it was out for like over a year before it got its first dislike, which is insane for a video with as many views as it had. Because people will usually just dislike a video just because there's no dislikes on it. And the fact that it went that long before finally getting one, I was like, man, nothing will ever come close to this again. That was like kind of an anomaly. No video has ever come close to that level of no dislikes before. You should do top 10 cards with the highest baseline stats. You could talk about how good the card is to make more interesting. Hey, have you seen my Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10s? It's basically what I do. I think you'd like them. Since the Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10s have been doing so well, I've started dumbing down the terminologies so that people who don't actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! Can kind of somewhat understand the video. Or I guess I shouldn't say dumb down, say I made them more new player friendly. People returning to the game who probably don't know all the mechanics. Okay, I'll leave this open for a second. See if anyone wants to join on the next Warfront. We have room for like one more person. No, 2 more people, I think. That's if anyone wants to join. If not, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go off and do my own thing anyway. Hi here, nice to see you again. Hey look, it is Kevin5264. Well, they're working. They're part of the reason I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! After not playing since 6th grade. You're welcome. I miss when Danger Dolan did WoW. I was gonna say, doesn't he still? No, I don't think he does. He just does his Planet Dolan things. Whoa, that's insane. I've already said it, but I only watch the Duel Links because you're making the videos. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duel Links because you're making... I've never... See, the thing is, I watched this one guy's channel who makes, like, Magic the Gathering top 10s. And... Dungeon difficulty set to normal. And, like, despite the fact that I don't play Magic, and I don't particularly like the game, and I barely understand the rules, I've just been watching a lot of his videos for some reason. That is kind of the inspiration for me making the Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10s. Partly. I was like, there's just something interesting I find about these videos. I was like, I can totally do this, but with Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe to swing in more old Yu-Gi-Oh! Crowd, you could do a top 5 structure decks and just slap Zombie Madness on the thumbnail to please the masses. Zombie Madness? What is that? Today is my birthday. Mine too! Do you think the old world needs a graphical revamp? Elven Forest looks so bad compared to BFA areas. It's probably because they worked on it first. They always work on the human zones first. That's why they probably look worse than all the other ones, despite them being revamped in 2010. This wedge, I think, the Mana Source channel. Priest should use. Happy birthday! I'm just kidding, my birthday's in April. You all got April fooled. The Mana Source channel, he's got great content. Mana Source, Mana Source. No, I've never heard of it. Let me look it up real quick. Oh wait, didn't I say I was going to show you guys the drawings? The Villain's Corner drawings? I totally forgot. Zombie Madness was the first structure deck back in 2004. Was it? Shows how much I know about that kind of stuff. The Mana Source. Oh, an MTG channel. The worst cards. Best cards. Top 10s. Top 10 blue cards in Commander.
Here we go.
This is a Hearthstone ad. I see he doesn't have his video monetized correctly.
Hey everyone, my name is Webb. There are all commonly known as the and Jade Liege and the extended powerhouse Thopter
he
decks.
does the thing where he
In the
talks
first
in front of a
round,
green
2010,
screen.
A deck that split its focus between enabling dark depths.
I'm sorry to say, but that's kind of a turnoff for me. Here, dodge my question harder than Ian dodged the Q&A. What's your question? So, Hero, how many questions do you think Ion is going to dodge in the Q&A? Oh, I'm like, who cares? Developers don't owe you anything. The fact that they're doing a Q&A in the first place is just a PR move. It's all for PR and advertising. A lot of WoW players feel like the devs owe them explanations for everything. Like, man, no sense of irony in your entitlements. But I guess it's not fair just to, you know, be super negative about it. There are other points to the arguments other than entitlement. And I've probably just been on Reddit too much where they complain about it the most. Delist my group. Time for another Warfront. You see, I play games where the game devs don't tell players anything. Or who are owned by terrible companies. Did you know Yu-Gi-Oh! Is owned by Konami? And did you know Konami is the worst? I also play this one mobile game where the developers don't even speak English. Reeve is offline. Oh. I guess I'll kick him. Goodbye, Reeve. You were cute for too many instances. Whatever. Here, how you doing, mate? Good, mate. My bad, then sorry. What? Did you hear about the actor for Superman might not be returning to the DCU? They still haven't canceled the DCU? May want to check out Tolarian Community College, not for the Magic the Gathering, but he does incredible reviews on binder cards, sleeves. I don't play Magic, though. I specifically only like watching the top 10s. I don't really care about all the other stuff. I don't even know why I watch the top 10s. Because I don't play the game, and I played the game before, and I don't like it. I don't like how it plays. But I still watch those videos for some reason. Why is using a green screen a turnoff for you? It's not 100% a turnoff. Like, for example, Taliesin and Evitel, they use green screen sometimes, and they do a good job with it. Also, Beliar, he uses a green screen too. I don't think he needs to, and it kind of detracts from the video, but he does a good job with it. And then there's people like the Magic guy I saw. He's to put it nicely, not a very visually appealing person, and his green screen is not keyed out correctly. It's very low quality. Also, the camera isn't good quality either. It just doesn't add to the video. It just detracts from it. It's a negative when you do it that badly. It's also a negative if you're not a visually appealing person. Not everyone can do a face cam unless that's like a... I don't know. There's some non-visually appealing people who can get away with it too. It's just the way he had his setup was not very good. And there's also like another Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber who makes top 10s. And he'll just have a green screen of him talking with a card next to him. And it doesn't look very good. But then again, there's more problems with his videos besides just that. So he's ugly and his setup sucks. Sigh. I mean, I was saying it in a nicer way. But if you want to be more direct about it, that is a version of what I was saying, yes. Oh, shoot. The thing is, just because you're not visually appealing doesn't mean you can't use a green screen. Or even show yourself on camera. Like, for example, there's this one YouTuber who all he does is put, like, you know, he's doing a cover song for some popular song that's coming out, but all he does is sing Smash Mouth. And he's hilarious. And he just uses a webcam, and he is the definition visually of like a no-life neckbeard. Because he's really fat, and he has a big neckbeard, and he has glasses and everything. I love his videos. I even have a couple of his covers like on my iPod. So it's not a be-all end-all. It's just in this particular case, it detracts from the video. Preach. Oh, Preach. He doesn't do a good job with his green screen either. Like, if I wasn't used to Preach, his green screen stuff would have put me off from his video. Preach. I do like Preach. I'm a fan of him. I have to, like, put this up. But I don't think he has a very good green screen. And he doesn't need it either. His videos would be totally fine if he didn't appear on camera. Fat and black glasses, so Smash Mouth, basically. Totally well related here. Who's your favorite iShield team? I don't know. I do really like Aegon, so whatever team he's on. Aegon and the Dragons, I think. I've never had one take so long. Here, I'm gonna unqueue and then queue us back up. You hide your face. Are you visually unappealing? You see, there you go. Now you get it. And my videos are better for it. I wish some channels had better quality. Tried watching his Team APS channel, but they just point a camera at themselves and that's it. Team APS? Yeah. You see, also the thing with like my Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10s, part of the reason they do so well is because the average standard of quality on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Side of YouTube is very low. Like most of the videos on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Side of YouTube are very low quality and very low effort. It's like, it's kind of hilarious because the videos I put out, my top 10s, they're way less quality than anything I put on my WoW channel, but they're so much higher quality than everything else on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Side that I get constant compliments about the good editing, and I think it's hilarious. Just because of how bad the quality is for most people's channels. I say just most. There are some who also have good quality. Like off the top of my head, Rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! He's like the standard for good quality stuff. Also, Hardleg Joe. I love that guy. Even DZF to an extent. But everyone else, low quality stuff. But hey, they're doing fine, so it works for them. You don't need to have high quality to be successful. And sometimes, you know, cost-benefit analysis, sometimes it's not worth it to go so high quality. If you can get away with low quality stuff, go for it. You can probably make more videos if you do that. You know, Hero isn't fat because if he was, you'd be able to hear the cholesterol in his voice. I'm fat, just not like, you know, morbidly obese. Do you think Preach does a good job at least? Yeah, I love Preach. I'd had to... If I talk negatively about someone and I like them, I will always be like, you know, I may have this criticism about this thing he does, but overall, I am a fan of Preach and I love his work. But my criticism is that his green screen isn't very well done. They still don't work on EU. Ha! Sucks to be EU. Well, you can actually do Warfronts? Of course. Warfronts, more like best fronts. It's literally you, DZF, and that one dude that does archetypes. Rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh? That's who I said. Yeah, the quality of the average Yu-Gi-Oh video is very low. That's also part of why my top 10s do well. Because I have a system for top 10s. I know how to make interesting videos. Because I perfected it to such an extent. It's like I can just apply the knowledge I've learned from making my WoW top 10s to Yu-Gi-Oh top 10s. And it's been working out better than expected. I'm usually pretty, like, I have low expectations when I do new things. You know, that way they can only meet my low expectations or exceed them. And the Yu-Gi-Oh top 10s have definitely succeeded them by a large margin. To the point where my Yu-Gi-Oh top 10s sometimes do better than my WoW videos. You know, my non-top 10 WoW videos, I should specify. But I haven't made really a Yu-Gi-Oh top 10 in a while. Hey Hero, did you use that macro I sent? Yeah, I still use it. I've actually just completely converted over using your macro than what I used to do. I'm a sucker for convenience. I'm also old and set in my ways, so I was resistant to it at first. But I'm also aware that I might be old and set in my ways, so I was willing to try it anyway. Hero parachute was so powerful it lifted him off the ground and back into the air. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen it bug out like that before. What is the more like? More like what? What are some of your favorite decks to play besides frogs? One of my favorite decks right now is like the life point gain mill deck. Or I don't know, I don't really have a favorite, to be honest. My favorite thing about Yu-Gi-Oh is building new decks. And once I have a deck like tested and it works, I don't really care to play it again. I just want to go into the next one. Also hear you sometimes bite your lips and then get a bunny spot because you bit it too much. That just happened to me. No, I don't do that. I don't think I bite my lip at all. It seems like that's a nervous tick you might have. Or a bad habit that you should probably try to break. Like biting your nails. Love your Yu-Gi-Oh videos, never played it, but I love learning about a new game, and your voice is nice and calming. Yeah, I get that a lot too. The calming voice type thing. Which is always nice, because I used to get lots of complaints about my voice when I first started doing YouTube. So the fact that now those complaints have turned into compliments means I've probably started doing something right. Have you done a drunk stream before? No, I don't drink. So I don't think that would be possible, since I don't get drunk ever. I like your hat. Why, thank you. Also, when are you going to do a collab with Kakio? Kakio doesn't make videos, though. I can only make collabs with someone who makes videos. Don't you know how collabs work? You silly goose. I have plenty of bad habits here, don't worry. I mean, you shouldn't be proud about having bad habits. It's never too late to change yourself. You impudent worms. He has the same voice actor as Lorthamar. I just noticed. That's Lorthamar's voice. I thought it was Lorthamar talking for a second. I was like, oh no, that's Daneth Trollbane, the guy I actually don't know about. Is there much of high quality WoW content creators? Yeah, the WoW side of YouTube has tons of quality content. Like, most of the big WoW YouTubers are good quality. It's just it probably doesn't seem like it because they all have around the same amount of quality. Like, I can't even think of one of the big WoW YouTubers who, you know, doesn't put effort into their videos. Besides maybe Asmongold, but he's not really a YouTuber, he's more of a Twitch streamer. So that doesn't really count. Plus, that was kind of his whole thing anyway, when he was still basically a YouTuber. T and E are fantastic. Yeah, they're a good example of people who put a lot of time and effort into their videos. Like, if you were to compare it to the Yu-Gi-Oh side of YouTube, you'd be like, man, I have been spoiled by all of these quality content creators when compared to the Yu-Gi-Oh side of YouTube. It's like night and day. It's kind of sad. I feel bad for them. That's why I'm giving them my Yu-Gi-Oh top 10s. Yes, I'm such a gift to the world. I gotta try not to sound too arrogant. Can't tell if I just chewed or swallowed the color off. Okay, I don't like it. Bellier's some studio quality level, yeah? I'd agree. Crucial had pretty good quality videos too. Yeah, Crucial probably had some of the best quality videos towards the end. We had one really good editor. I wish I had an editor half as good as that. Daily Yu-Gi-Oh vids win? I used to do daily Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Like, as part of preventing my... Ugh, my throat's getting dry. As part of my system of preventing overwork, I had to stop doing daily Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Because that was too much workload on top of everything else. I also had to completely abandon all of my other alt channels. So I don't even try to upload them on them anymore. So I only upload to 3 channels right now. Because I sadly had to semi-abandon the Pet Battle channel. I have plans to revisit it in the future. But it's put on hold for now. It's not put on hold indefinitely like my other channels. So currently, I only upload to 3 channels. This one, my Yu-Gi-Oh channel, and the Azeroth Weather channel. I do plan on adding the Pet Battle channel back into the mix. Just not right now. But all my other channels are basically dead. I can't go back to them. I don't have time. Wipes tear away. I'm trying to bite off the bump on my lip. Okay, I don't like it. I don't think anyone cares about your bad habits that you have no intention of fixing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is trash now. I mean, they've been saying that ever since Synchro Monsters came out. That's as big of a meme in the community as anything else. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always been trash. That's what makes it great. See, that's a better point. We need more unfunny jokes. Yeah, unfunny jokes is definitely done. The channel is just done. Those videos took way too long to make. I love Azeroth Weather channel. See, that's one of the channels that's still going. Because it's a brand new one that I made. Yu-Gi-Oh's best game when Hero talks about it. That's just fact. No one could argue that. Come on, every pony, we got this. So how are you liking Warfronts? I love Warfronts. Warfronts are probably the best thing added to this game right now. I'm only half joking about that. Now we got like 2010 to 2013. I got a bit sick today. Did you now? I'll have you know I'm not sick. So it's all good. Well, I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Oh, I'm so dead. Time to run away. Goodbye, my axe throwers. You guys don't know how to run away from a battle. Which is a shame. I'm gonna lose you guys forever. Yeah, they're gone. Damn it, I need to go get them back. Duel Monsters was the best time of Yu-Gi-Oh! Your mom was the best time of Yu-Gi-Oh! Can we have you cameo on Weatherbot? What? You guys do know Weatherbot is just a voice I do, right? He's not a real robot. What game is this? It's World of Warcraft retail version. Have you ever played Magic? If so, if yes, how would you say it compares to Yu-Gi-Oh? I have played Magic, and it compares more to Hearthstone than Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is a whole different game compared to Magic. And no, I didn't really like it. I much prefer Hearthstone over Magic the Gathering. Since you were half kidding, what was I half kidding about? I was hoping Warfronts would have enemy players to fight against. I wasn't. I'm fine with how it works now. Hi Hero, I'm late today. What? It's ALX. You're usually the first person to comment in every stream. What happened to you? Is everything okay? It's ALX. Are you feeling alright? Can we suggest lines for DevBot? Yeah. I don't see why not. PvE. When's your next top 10 WoW video? If things go well, it should come out tomorrow. I actually have like an unfinished version of it uploaded. But I've changed it since that version. I removed one of the options. Can you guys hear my dogs? I know they're very quiet. Just kidding. Let me go deal with them real quick. Okay, everyone, I'm back. How long have I been streaming for? Almost 2 hours? I think I can just end it after this Warfront. I usually stream for about 2 hours anyway. Especially since there's going to be background noise. So, like, last week, the roof in one of our empty rooms, a small part of it, like, collapsed. Because there was, like, a leak in the air conditioning. So we had someone go in there and, like, empty out the water. And then we had to wait for it to dry so that we can get someone to fix the roof. And so the roof people are coming today, I guess. And, you know, whenever we have those kinds of people, my sister usually deals with it, so I don't have to. And she doesn't usually tell me these things. It's just, you know, they're gonna come today. It's like, okay, I guess. Which is fine, because I don't want to deal with this kind of stuff. It's a pain in the butt. So I'm very grateful that she deals with it. But as one of the cruxes of that is I don't actually know when anything's happened. So I just kind of find out about them as they happen. So it turns out they're coming to go fix it today. And probably like right around now. Ugh. So it'd probably be best to end the stream as soon as this is over. But it's already been about 2 hours anyway, so, you know, perfect timing, I guess. You got locked on your own fight. Your 2 least favorite classes of gameplay and fantasy. What are your 2 least favorite classes for gameplay and fantasy? Least favorite? I don't know. Warlocks probably, because they're all garbage. Nobody even likes them. I mean, raise your hand if you play a Warlock. See, no one. Nobody plays Warlocks. They're just like garbage mages. They wish they were mages. But they're not. Good thing it didn't collapse over your PC. Yeah, it's kind of like... We actually don't know when the roof collapsed because it's in one of the rooms that no one uses. Because we have 4 rooms upstairs, and 2 of them are basically no one uses because one of them is just the workout room, and the other one is just a guest bedroom. And the roof collapsed in the guest bedroom. And the only reason we found out about it is because my sister went on vacation last week, and she had to go in there to get like a suitcase, because we basically just use it as storage as well. And then she just noticed, you know, big old hole in the roof and crap on the floor everywhere. And that's how we found out about it. So we actually don't know when it happened, because no one uses that room. But also we had our cousin like stay over last month, so it was definitely in the last couple of weeks, if not, you know, a few days before we found out about it. So it wasn't that long. It's not like we never go in there. Always love popping in streams. Always appreciate you answering my mundane questions. Hey, mundane questions are the best questions. People underestimate small talk. You see, I remember being one of those people who didn't like talking to people, because I used to think, you know, talking to people is a waste of time unless you're talking about important ideas. It's like, why would you waste the time talking about the weather? Or, you know, other meaningless bullshit like your favorite TV shows. Talking should be reserved for only big ideas. You know, it's like talking about how nothing matters in life, or the cosmos and our place in it. Conversations should only be about important ideas. Which is a very immature thing. Because as I grew up and I learned more about social constructs, how to actually be a socialer person, a socialer person, you know, someone who actually does have conversations. Small talk leads into big talk. Small talk is more important than any kind of, you know, talk about some kind of big topic. Because you can find out a lot about someone through small talk by just answering mundane questions. Like how someone answers it, what the first thing they talk about. You can learn so much about someone through small talk. Now, there's no real reason to ever talk about the big things. And if you do talk about those, they can just come up through small talk. Small talk is a nice lead into other conversations. And don't underestimate the value of small talk. Yo, that's just a level 3 garrison mine. Yup. A lot of the buildings are just garrison stuff. It's like, you know, they spent all that time and effort on these things. Might as well use them, you know? Should I try tasting dust? You should probably eat some tater tots instead. Are the unstable things for the mount still in game? I don't know what that is. I actually also don't really care very much about mounts, so you're asking the wrong person. If it was a question about pets, I'd probably know the answer off the top of my head. If it's about mounts though, I don't really care too much about mounts. So I'd probably have to Google it. Social-er. You heard me. Someone who's more social than normal. Social-er. It's almost Halloween. Are you going to do the top 10 scary places in BFA? I doubt there's 10 for a video like that. But I like where you're going with that. That, you know, I would like to make ideas similar to that, but I don't think that idea itself would work. Couldn't agree more. Just dope to talk to one of my favorite YouTubers. Doesn't feel like there's any unreachable person on this rock. Hey, that's literally exactly why I do my streams. Is to give an avenue for people to talk to me. Because for the most part, I ignore a lot of private messages. Just because I don't have time to reply to everything. Because I already don't have time just to work on normal YouTube shit. But a dedicated time every week to just talk to fans, or you know, people who want to watch and chat. Because I know some people don't like being called fans. Get a chance to talk to people. I can just answer basically anything. Or answer criticisms too. Or get good video ideas. I have made more than one video that have been suggested on a live stream. And I've also made more than one changes to my videos based on feedback I've gotten from a live stream. Why do Warfronts suck? They don't. Warfronts are awesome. People who say they don't like Warfronts are just lying. People like to lie on the internet. It's just a thing that happens. Oh, and before I go... let me give you guys a link. An invite link to my Discord page. I have a Discord, but I only ever give out links during live streams. So the only way to join is basically to show up to a live stream and get a link, or join Patreon. Just because if you have a public link out there, it just, you're asking for someone to come and raid it. You know, that's if you want to do it, of course. I don't just join every YouTuber's Discord that I see as well. Otherwise, I'd be in like a million different Discords. I have to limit it somewhat. Because he actually has a real life. JK. Here, why do you have to stream at the worst times? Hey, I stream at a time that's convenient for me. I used to stream on Saturdays, so it'd be more convenient for everyone else. But since I take the weekends off, I just moved it to Friday. How does videos that are beyond 10 minutes mark fare in YouTube? The thing with 10-minute or longer videos is that's the threshold for being able to put extra ads in a video. Like for my videos, I put in 2 extra ads in the video because that literally like triples the amount of money I make on a video. And people are kind of used to 2 extra ads. If I put a 3rd one in, that's too much. That's even like too much for me. I've been considering it because a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers put a 3rd one in. I was like, that's just greed. You make more than enough with the extra 2. You don't need the 3rd one. You're just gonna piss off people. 2 is like the magic number. Like, people don't want to watch ads at all, understandably. But the people who do, they're kind of used to there being 2 extra ones from all the bigger YouTubers. And you just make so much more from those extra ads in the video. Like, so much that it's almost not worth it to ever upload a video under 10 minutes. Because you're losing so much money if you do that. That being said, sometimes videos don't need to be 10 minutes, so I just don't force them. Not every video needs to be over 10 minutes as well. It's kind of a, you know, the balancing thing. Would you like to kick Jorl? Sure. Ad block fucks over YouTube. The thing is, sure, but you also vastly overestimate the amount of people who use ad block. Most people who watch YouTube do it on like their phone, which is not an easy system for installing ad block on. Also, most people watch it like on their computers. A vast majority of people are computer illiterate and will only ever use the default settings. And the default settings for all web browsers is to not have an ad blocker. So it's honestly not as big of a deal as you might think. At least I know I'm okay. There are people who don't use ad blocker. There's probably more people who don't use one than actually use one. Been binging your videos to get back into WoW in a month. Keep it up. Hey, my videos are made exactly for people like you. To be binge watched. It's always a nice reaffirming feeling to hear that someone's been binge watching my videos. I was like, yes, you see, this is why I put all the time and effort into making them binge watchable. It's nice to know that your intended purpose for them is actually is what people do. At least I know I'm okay. Here, I'm walking around randomly in a room waiting for answers to the question of what is tater tots. You don't know what tater tots are? Oh my god. Okay, so there's this Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber called Hardleg Gaming. And whenever he streams, he'll sometimes eat tater tots. And I may sometimes pay him money to eat like a handful of them at once. And I may have done that a couple of times. And I may have given him 20 bucks one time to go out and buy a Baconator. And I think that's where the tater tot thing is coming from. Uh-oh. I think you guys can hear the vacuum from the repair people. Maybe. I don't know. You never really know what the mic will pick up. Where are you from? You could have added that to fact. I'm from the US. Does people skipping ads affect you at all? I mean, I think I make more if you like click on the ad and actually buy something from them. But also, skipping them, not really a big deal because most people do that. I don't know the specifics on it. I'm pretty sure it's perfectly fine to skip them. But I know that's what I do. What do you think about Warfronts? I'm a little bit disappointed. Oh, I love Warfronts. They're great. I'm honestly disappointed that so many people don't like them. I was like, oh, I don't like it when people don't like things that I like. But whatever. Not everyone has to agree on everything. I don't need people to conform my opinions. It just means I'll argue with people on Reddit about it. Really, is that such a bad thing? To argue with random strangers on a website? Ooh, come on. Did I get a cloak? A cloak? Damn it. Damn it. I wanted a cloak. Why does this game hate me? Why do I only have bad luck? Well, I think I'm done with my stream then. Oh, what if someone has YouTube Premium? Oh, actually, YouTube Premium views, like, give me more money than ad views. Thanks for coming. Oops. Yeah, if you're a YouTube Premium member and you watch my videos, I get more money from those views than any kind of ad view. If anything, if everyone had YouTube Premium, I'd probably be rich. That would be awesome. So YouTube Premium is pretty good for creators. It's probably like the best way to support YouTube creators if you don't want to, like, you know, individually support all other Patreons and stuff. It's like the best be-all, end-all for supporting all of the YouTube creators you watch. See you next stream, Dingle Nuts. Because of you, I started watching anime. Now I can't stop. Thank you for watching my inner weeb. Dude, you have to watch Hunter x Hunter, One Punch Man, and The World God Only Knows. Goodbye, hero. Have a nice week. Goodbye, everyone. I'll link the Discord one more time before I go, just in case. Because you only get a link from the stream. Here, where's the ding button? That's for leveling up. I'm not leveling anything up. I don't find Warfronts entertaining, but that's not the problem. The problem is that Blizz has fucked the eye leveling. Yeah, Warfronts are great. I love how you can get like a full mythic gear from it without having to run mythics, because I hate running mythics. And now I have a full raid set because of Warfronts. Thank you, Warfronts. Watch those shows. What now? Oh, take a look at my anime list. It's in the video description of the stream. I have, like, on my anime list, I have little blurbs of... Here, maybe I can just bring it up. I dislike the only one faction gets the Warfront at a time. Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, it's fine if you're on the correct faction. Like I am. Kaon Red. Let's see. Reddit. Let's change the score. See, look, this is my anime list. I haven't updated it in like a year or two. So it only has a measly 235 on it. And I'm very generous with giving out 10 out of 10s. So we have Welcome to the NHK, the best anime I've ever seen. I've seen it 4 times, and I actually own... This is also the only anime I own the DVD box set for as well. Man, I totally forgot. Welcome to the NHK is so good. Like, holy crap. How do I forget about it? This is the most realistic depiction of depression I've ever seen in an anime. And it has a very realistic ending to it. It has, like, a somber tone, and it also has a sort of uplifting ending without it being cheesy and out of place. It's just pure good writing. I love you, Mr. Bubs. Heck no. Bloody hell, 200? I know, it's a low number. I swear I've watched way more since I last updated this. Death Note, 10 out of 10. Pretty good, I guess. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, better than the original. 10 out of 10. Watch this just for the perfect movie. Well, the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Oh god, that's so good. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya's movie is probably like the best anime movie ever made. But you have to watch the first 2 seasons in order to watch the movie. The World God Only Knows, my favorite anime, of course. Steins Gate, so good. Madoka Magica, oh, I love this. If I were to ever cosplay, I'd cosplay as one of the characters from this show. You should watch JoJo's Bizarre Meme. Do you think I haven't watched JoJo? Here's Hunter x Hunter. Ooh, Humanity Has Declined. Oh, I love this one so much. Fate Zero, Psychic Pass. Ooh, My School Romantic Comedy Is Not What You Think. This is so good. If you want to watch an anime about a loser who has no friends, this is your show. It's so good. Boys can't be cute girls. Ooh, Watamoe. This is another one. If you want to watch a show about a loser girl who has social anxiety. Yeah, cringe comedy. That's a good way to describe this show. Golden Time. Oh, Golden Time is the best romance show I've ever seen. It's so good. Ping Pong the Animation. Best sports anime I've ever seen. Oh. Ping Pong is so good that it's better. It's kind of a disservice to call it a sports anime. It's more like a really good drama that also happens to be about sports. Berserk is bad anime, best manga. Berserk manga is okay. I'm not a really huge fan of grim dark shit. Is he reading about anime and its faults? Sorry everyone. You put Golden Time? No, this is this list is just showing all the 10 out of 10s. They're all equal. It's just showing up in a random order. But I think I have Golden Time over Toradora, to be honest. Because Golden Time is better. I like Toradora, but I think Golden Time is better. Golden Time is like the knockoff Toradora. Golden Time is like the perfected Toradora. Because it's all by the same author. Ooh, Your Line April. God, if you want to watch a really good anime that's going to make you cry, guaranteed. That's it. Oh man, I totally forgot about this one too. I'm so sad this anime did badly. It even has like a low score. This anime starts off with a super generic premise, and then it turns into like one of the best mystery shows ever. It's so unique. I wish more shows did something like that, but I think because it was so unique, it turned off a lot of people from it. Main character is so much worse. No, Tada Bonrig is so good. I recommend Sumo Momomo. What about Death Parade? I have Death Parade on here. I don't think I have it with all my other 10 out of 10s though. Konosuba? Man, I love Konosuba so much. Ooh, 1 Outs. That's a really good one. Where is Death Parade? Did I give it a 9 out of 10? I know I'm in my 9 out of 10s now. There it is. See, Death Parade, it's a 9 out of 10. Sigh, can't really watch anime. Sucks to be you. Can you reset a raid fight? No. They reset weekly. You can't reset them like a dungeon. Okay, I'm not going to go over all my animes on this list. Oh, there's Toradora. Oh, I only gave it an 8 out of 10? Sounds about right. It was really good. Like, an 8 out of 10 is still good. I just like these other shows better. I think you can reset, but you can't loot. Oh, right, you might be able to. Okay, I'm gonna go. Goodbye. Goodbye, every post.